You know that feeling when you're completely buried in daily admin work, desperately trying to find a minute to focus on actually growing your business? If you're looking to scale your operations and reclaim your time without breaking the bank, you're in the right place. Today, we're unpacking a proven framework for leveraging global talent strategically. Let's get into it. How do you cut costs without sacrificing an ounce of quality? To get us started, we need to establish exactly what we mean by offshore outsourcing. Basically, it's delegating tasks to specialized teams located in another country, which helps reduce operational costs so you can zero in on your core business. Now, this goes way beyond just finding cheap labor. It's about strategic delegation that empowers your entire company to operate at a much higher level. So here's our roadmap for today. First, the offshoring advantage. Second, offshoring done right. Third, 3 offshoring pitfalls. And finally, strategies for success. All right, starting off with the offshore outsourcing advantages. The true power of this model is how all these benefits really compound on each other. You get access to top-tier global talent pools and specialized innovation. You can actually maintain 24/7 operations, and you significantly reduce costs on operational expenses. What does that do? It frees up your leadership to focus purely on big-picture innovation and faster time to market instead of constantly getting bogged down in the administrative weeds. It's a real game changer. Moving right along to offshore outsourcing examples and success stories. It's amazing how versatile offshore talent can be across totally different industries and roles. For example, a global healthcare company brought on a project coordinator to meet their strict deadlines. A C-suite executive tapped into offshore research for faster data-driven insights. There's an EdTech company that actually launched a mobile app development project without a single internal engineer. And an e-commerce brand unlocked full 24/7 support just by utilizing an offshore call center. To put that into perspective, consider a tech startup that hired an offshore executive assistant to handle their inbox, scheduling, and travel. The leaders literally gained back 15 to 20 hours every single week on administrative tasks, allowing teams to focus on product strategy and client communication. I mean, think about that. That is half a work week reclaimed for staving off burnout. Then there was a food tech startup that was just completely overloaded with bookkeeping. They decided to outsource their financial operations to the Philippines. And by doing so, they reduced their costs by up to 40%. Plus, they implemented these scalable cloud systems that improved visibility across the whole business, again, giving leadership the freedom to focus purely on innovation. So the big takeaway here is that while the upside is massive, we're talking reclaimed leadership time, 24/7 operations, and totally scalable systems. Executing this poorly will absolutely flip those savings into major frustrations. If it's not managed properly, you're staring down confusion and misaligned expectations, technical issues and workflow disruptions, and missed deadlines and stall projects. Which brings us to 3 pitfalls and misfires to avoid. Our first major pitfall involves misaligned expectations. Clear expectations, detailed briefs, and ongoing communication are absolutely essential from day one. A mid-sized retail company learned this the hard way. They had an offshore marketing team post completely off-brand messaging, which just ended up creating a mountain of extra work for the in-house team to fix. Definitely not what you want. The second pitfall to watch out for is ignoring time zones. You literally have to plan for time zone differences and establish clear protocols for updates. There's a software startup that suffered severe development delays simply because bug reports were getting lost overnight. This meant development moved in the completely wrong direction while the in-house team was fast asleep. And finally, pitfall number 3 is data security. Security and data protection must be a top priority whenever you outsource any task. A small fintech company tried to save a few bucks by outsourcing their accounting, but totally failed to set up strict protocols. They accidentally shared highly sensitive financial data improperly with the wrong internal teams. They had to halt their processes entirely to fix the security gaps. And yeah, it caused them significant time and money. Okay, so let's get into strategies for success and a proven framework. Because fortunately, those disasters we just talked about, they're entirely avoidable if you follow this blueprint. This 6-step framework is basically your exact guide to successfully implementing an offshore team without all the growing pains. You need to identify suitable tasks to outsource offshore, choose the right partner, establish communication channels, build strong relationships, implement security measures, and manage projects effectively. Let's break down a few of the most critical ones right now. Step 1 is identifying your non-core tasks. We're talking things like data entry and administrative documentation, customer support and service desk operations, and software development and technical maintenance. Essentially, any repetitive and time-consuming work that doesn't actually require a physical presence at your main location. That's a perfect candidate to hand off to a specialized professional. Now, when it comes to choosing the right partner, definitely avoid just going for the absolute cheapest option. Instead, select based on skill, reliability, and culture. Prioritize cultural fit and overlapping working hours. Finding vetted professionals, kind of like the curated talent pool Pearl Talent offers, provides so much more value than just hunting for the lowest hourly rate. Oh, and always start with a pilot project to test the waters first. The impact of proper onboarding and establishing clear channels for communication is honestly huge. By implementing a really structured 30, 60, 90-day plan during those initial phases, your new offshore hires can reach full productivity with an increase in efficiency and collaboration of 30 to 40% over 90 days. It's all about intentional connection and solid training right from day one. This is where effective offshore team management really makes the difference. And to prevent that fintech data disaster we discussed a minute ago, your offshore data security strategy has to implement robust data protection measures with NDAs, access controls, and regular audits from the very start. Default data encryption, strict access controls, so people only have the info they actually need, non-disclosure agreements, and periodic security audits. You have to make confidentiality a core, uncompromising pillar of your workflow. No exceptions. Finally, let's talk about managing your projects effectively. Keep in mind that your offshore team is an extension of your business, not just some random remote contractor. Strong partnerships require clear goals, shared tools, and treating offshore workers as integral team members. Set clear expectations. Use centralized project management systems so everyone has total transparency, and most importantly, trust the team. Avoid micromanaging their minute-by-minute process. Treat them with respect, involve them in your decisions, and keep everyone happily focused on the final results. With these real-world offshore outsourcing examples and the 6-step framework in your back pocket, you now have the exact blueprint to streamline your operations and reclaim your time. So if you're ready to unlock the global talent pool and start scaling smarter, head to pearltalent.com. You'll find vetted professionals, resources, and a free consultation to help you delegate strategically and reclaim your leadership time. If this was helpful, like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.